What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of MDafterDark. Here, I'm Michael here with Andre Tainter. So, is Dre draying tonight?
I wasn't earlier, but right now I am. That's all I'm going to say.
That's good. Maybe we might get some more detail on that later in the episode.
Oh,
But yeah, as you see, we still got games going on right now at the time of this recording. Dre's watching the Bulls. I'm watching March Madness. So much
for
madness,
real.
especially right
Also,
now.
let me know if Danny Wolf scores.
All right, sounds good. Looks like Danny Wolf is on the bench.
Bro, what's the score?
62-58, Michigan.
Oh, Zach Levine. Uh-oh. Damn, that's a close game. All right. What are we starting off with today?
I guess, well, I would say we'd start with March Madness, but we got some games still going on. Or I guess, actually, let's start with, okay, we got one game that might be a potential for the game of the day. So we're going to wait on the game of the day right now. And let's
That
see,
was
we're
not
looking.
tough. I just watched Patrick Williams try to do a reverse layup. Oh, no. I think we should start with the NBA because I'm pretty sure the Bulls game is one of the only. Actually, no, the Bucks are still playing and the Warriors are still playing.
Yeah, yeah, there's still a lot of NBA action, but I guess what we could do is we could recap. Let's do
What
that.
games have?
I think I might have started recording this way too early, but we'll see. All right, so first what we're gonna do is we're gonna recap some of the college basketball action. So meanwhile, we got a lot. There's really the only thing going on is March Madness plus some NHL and NBA action, but there's still college basketball action going on right now. But there was a lot of college basketball action to get into today. So basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to recap every game that was played today. And yeah, let's get to it. So the first game of the day that we're gonna talk about was 9 seed Creighton defeated 8 seeded Louisville 89-75. So in this game here, the leader for Creighton today was Jemiah Neal, who had 29 points and 12 rebounds and 6 assists.
I
How
love
about
it.
that?
I love it. I love it.
How,
I love that guy. I hope he is a glue guy. He is a Keon Ellis type of player. He is a defender. He's athletic. I didn't know he was super athletic until I watched him get a fast break and yam it like this far over the rim. Like he's not on Cohen Carr level, but he's up there. That's all I'm gonna say.
yeah, I remember that Big East semifinal game where he took the ball and literally dunked it while they're up 6 with like 1 second left, and UConn did not like that. So I think that could have been Jemiah Neal's coming out party or something like that.
I
Oh
hate
yeah.
UConn, so
So that you were probably very happy when that happened then.
yeah. UConn's overrated now. I hate their coach. He has such an ego. It's like, bro, you got carried by NBA lottery picks. Donovan Clingan, Liam McNeely this year is going to be a lottery pick. Tristan Newton is in the NBA now. Who else on that team? Oh, Jordan Hawkins, Andre Jackson from 2 years ago. Who else was on the team last year?
Tristan Newton.
Yeah, I already said him.
Oh, you
Donovan
did?
Clingan,
Stephon Castle.
Stefan, yeah, like sixth overall pick, and it's like you're not a good coach. You're a good recruiter. That's what most of these college coaches are. They're really them and their assistants are good at going out and getting all these guys like Duke. Okay, but Coach K was an amazing coach. But again, he was still surrounded by talent. That's why he was good. But like Dan Hurley, I hate that guy. He has an ego and he thinks he's such a good coach, but no, he has it's just oh, I don't I hate him.
So do you think the Lakers avoided a
Oh,
mistake? not
100%. I
really.
like JJ Redick as a coach. That's why I like younger coaches. They can relate to the players. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely get what you're saying there. I think Reddick has done a tremendous job for the Lakers this
Mm-hmm.
season, especially
Well, with
getting back,
also, yeah. Also,
especially
when you
getting.
have cut ourselves off.
Yep, it's like a third time's a charm, right?
Yeah, you go.
Okay, I was gonna say JJ Redick has done a great job with his team, of course, making this team from like last year they're around like the 7th or 8th seed. Now they're a 2 seed, a 2, 3, or 4 seed in the West. They're one of the best teams in the West. I think JJ Redick has done a great job with that. Now you.
And yeah, I'm just gonna say that like, uh, when you have LeBron and Luca on your team, it also makes it easier. But like at the same time, he's done a good job with like developing the guys that don't really play. Like Dalton Connect, he's been really good. I mean, they were gonna have Mark Williams, and Mark Williams would have helped this team out even more than Dalton Connect.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially got that rim protector there.
Michael, say
And
the meme.
the Lakers need a center.
There we go. I was waiting for it. Oh,
Yeah.
Kevin Herter, Red Velvet. All right,
All right.
what's next?
All right, so continuing for Creighton and Louisville, also for Creighton, Stephen Ashworth had 22 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Ryan Kalkbrenner had a decent day. He had 14 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds and 2 assists. Jason Green had 9 points as well for Creighton. And then
Off
for
the
Louisville,
bench?
no, Green
That's a
started.
question. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Green started. And then for Louisville, the leading scorer was Chucky Hepburn. Yeah, I got. And his probably last collegiate game, somebody hit it.
Kevin Herter,
Oh, meanwhile,
19 points.
UC San Diego has a lead right now.
Dude, how many? Dude,
There's
I think
two.
we should just make this episode a. I mean, it's gonna be a recap video, but at the same time, like we can get our live reactions and people can like see how we react and stuff. You know what I mean? It's a podcast for a reason. Like you have the Pat McAfee show; they're always live reacting to stuff. It's just fun. We're here to have fun.
Let's recap and react at the same time. Recap and react. This is our
Yeah.
recap. This is our recap and react segment. We're gonna talk you through the day as well, and we got some live sports going on. How about this? Texas Tech is having a scare right now with UNC Wilmington. And UNC Wilmington just tied the game up at 50. Oh
Dude.
my goodness. And I have Texas Tech in the Final Four, by the way, so my bracket's not busted already.
JT Toppin must be playing like buns today, cause
Well, Texas Tech just hit a 3. Well, anyways, back to Creighton and Louisville until another reaction comes out. Yeah, Chucky Hepburn had 22 points for Louisville today. So that might have been his last game as a collegiate athlete. Nobody's spinning
he'll
about
go to the
that.
league. Or he'll
You think so?
attempt to. He'll attempt
Yeah.
to. He'll probably declare for the draft. If he gets drafted, is a question mark.
Yeah, agreed. And then Terrence Edwards Jr. had 21 points.
My
and
guy.
Javon Terrence Edwards. Hopefully
Yeah.
he makes it to the league.
He will. He's better than Chucky. It's just that Chucky's a guard, and guards are kind of. Bro, Malik Monk just missed a layup and threw a tantrum after. I can't. Dude, this game is so unserious. As Kobe White just cooked Keegan Murray. All right, continue.
So, and then Javon Henley had 13 points. So,
He's still throwing a tantrum. I'm sorry, but he's just in the backcourt yelling at the ref. Like,
it's a reaction.
bro, bro. I don't even know. This is honestly, this is already much more fun than the other ones that we've made, just because I get to like watch something at the same time and I can laugh and like, you know.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, one of the best things about March Madness and Pacific hoops going on at the same time. Oh, Vlad Golden just tried to stop. Oh, less than a minute left. UC San Diego's driving the ball down the court and gets. Oh, wait. Oh, they missed 2 free throws, and Michigan is now taking it back up. Yeah, so Michigan's currently up 66-65 at the time of this recording. Yeah, we got a timeout called by Michigan, so oh boy.
All right, Michael. Let's just get through the college games, and then we can talk about stuff real quick, and then go to the NBA.
Yeah. So I talked about Creighton and Louisville earlier. So what are your reactions about this game? Did you catch any of this?
I did. Jemiah Neal, obviously. I'm a big fan of his. Stephen Ashworth is old. I think if he was younger, he probably could go to the league, but he'll probably be an overseas type of guy because he's like 24. He has a kid. I saw on Instagram that he has a kid that was cheering for him in the stands. But like
Really?
Jemiah Neal, I like him. Chucky Hepburn, he'll probably end up going to the league, and then Terrence Edwards, he'll get drafted. He'll probably be a second round pick, but he'll get onto a team. And Malik Monk just got called for a technical foul. I know I said that we have to
Hey, it's something
continue
big.
with the college, but yeah,
It's something big. It
right.
is something big. You know what? We're gonna try stuff on this new podcast. We're a new podcast, so of course we're gonna try stuff. Just for content purposes. Yeah. All right.
Literally.
So that was Creighton and Louisville, and then the game after that, Auburn. Oh boy. They avoided a scare today against Alabama State. The scoreboard does not say so, but if you watch the first half of the game, oh boy. Auburn was up 32-31 at one point, just by 1 point. Alabama State was giving them a fight, but then Auburn eventually, they pulled away. They won 83-63. Leading the way for Auburn was Miles Kelly, who had 23 points. Johnny Broom, 14 points is considered a down day, but still a pretty decent one. And he also had 11 rebounds to go with that as well. And then Chaney Johnson had 13 points off the bench for the Auburn Tigers. And then looking at Alabama State, they were led by Amar Knox, who had 18 points. And then TJ Madlick, who had 11 points. So any reactions to this game?
Other than the great first half, and Kobe White just banged a three, oh my God. Other than the great first half that Alabama State played, the game was kind of in Auburn's favor. Like, obviously, when Miles Kelly is hitting and Johnny Brumo, I mean, he did have a double-double, 14 and 11 or something like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is a good game all around. I mean, a good game between a 16 and a 1 seed. That's pretty much as good as you can get other than an upset.
Yeah, I agreed. And I'm participating in our sports talk show, Hawk Talk, on WSGW 9170 Edge. So if you live around Whitewater, please tune into those. Yes, Edge. On 5 o'clock, Monday through Thursday, there's Hawk Talk. So please tune in every Monday. I'm on the Monday and Thursday ones. So if you want to listen to me more, you can go ahead and take that option. But anyway,
will not be tuning in. I'm just kidding.
But anyways, we mainly talked about that today. Like, sure, there was a lot of blowouts, but they were competitive blowouts. It was competitive at least at some point of the game, and that's what we saw here. Alabama State making it competitive, but then Auburn eventually found their footing and actually played Auburn style basketball. But boy, Auburn's looking a little fraudulent as they gotta play Creighton. They gotta play Creighton Saturday, and Creighton is no slouch. So
Creighton's got that one. If Kalkbrenner can stop Johnny Broom and Jemiah Neal and Stephen Ashworth can keep up their good play, or Auburn's going down.
Wow. That's actually not that bad of a take. I can actually see that. Meanwhile, we do have a final update. Michigan just defeated UC San Diego 68-65. My bracket is busted. And they were my Sweet 16
Yo, how
picks.
many points did Danny Wolf have?
Danny Wolf?
Yeah, look it up.
He had 9.
He finished with 9. Oh, man. He probably had, did he have 10 rebounds?
I'm taking a look. 11.
All right.
11 rebounds. We're gonna get to that game later. So the only March Madness game going on now is UNC Wilmington and Texas Tech, and Texas Tech is currently up 55-53.
That's
My
a good
goodness.
game. That's a good
Yeah.
game.
UNC Wilmington is putting some pressure on the Red Raiders. How about that? And then meanwhile, let's take a look at some more action that happened earlier today, including, in my opinion, a disappointment today. 4 seed Purdue defeated the 13 seed High Point 75-63. Darn Nabbit is right. Yeah, it was basically a back and forth game. Purdue would lead by 10, High Point would come back. Purdue would go to run, High Point would come back. It was 59-56. I remember seeing this game. High Point was getting so much defensive stops, and they just couldn't get a rebound. They could not
Literally.
rebound they could not rebound the basketball. And then eventually Braden Smith starting hitting threes, and then Kamani Hamilton had a technical foul, and then at that point High Point was done. This is another High Point was another team I had in the Sweet 16.
Bro.
It's gonna be
Did you
another
have them playing McNeese?
Yes.
McNeese will win. Actually, I don't know.
We'll get to that in a
Joey
moment.
Phillips.
We'll talk about McNeese.
Poop.
Yeah, we'll talk about McNeese after this one here. But leading the way for Purdue was Trey Kaufman-Renn. I believe this is the best game of his career by far. He had 21 points and 8 rebounds. Also, Braden Smith had 20 points and only 6 assists. That 6 assists is a down. That is a down performance compared to what he usually does.
I bet on
And
that!
Yeah, and then Camden Heide off the bench had 11 points and 10 rebounds. So a double-double off the bench for Camden Heide. Fun fact, at UW Whitewater, there is a building, academic hall called Heide Hall. So, yeah, that's where I have my English and my reporting for news media classes and my intro to public speaking. That's where I had those classes too. At the Heide Hall. Good building. Good building. Reminds me of the high school classroom. Yeah. So anyway, that's Purdue. And then High Point was led by DeMaurian Williams with 12 points. Trey Benham came off the bench with 11 points. And then my favorite player, Jocelyn Bodo. He had 8 points and 6 rebounds. Also had 2 blocks in the game, so coming up big defensively. So, Trey, what are your thoughts about High Point in Purdue today?
Again, you said it was a disappointing game, obviously, but, it's kind of expected. You wouldn't think Purdue's coach would accept anything less than a win against a team that is a lower seed because the amount of times he has lost, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Agreed, especially 2021, where Purdue was in a similar situation as a 4 seed, yet lost the 13 seed at North Texas. If anybody remembers that, that was the bubble year where everything was in the Indianapolis area. But anyways, yeah, Purdue, they escaped. I know the scoreboard says they took care of business, but in reality, they escaped. They escaped this one.
Sorry.
This is a reaction, as you saw there for today. But yeah, I just think Purdue escaped, and I think they have a lot to work on entering Saturday against our next game that we're going to talk about here. That Purdue's opponent will play. It will be McNeese. If I can find, okay, here we go. So yeah, McNeese pulls off a stunner against Clemson. Okay, not in my eyes because I saw.
He's out of here! Sorry.
What just happened?
Kevin Herter's hit back-to-back threes off of Trey Jones' assists, so my parlay just hit, and the Bulls just put the nail in the coffin on the Kings.
Nice.
Wow. Kevin Herter, I hated him when he played for the Hawks. I like him in a Bulls uniform, though.
Yeah, that's some good stuff over there. How about that? The Bulls looking like they're gonna win. We'll get to the we'll go over some NBA scores later this podcast, but yeah,
Oh yeah,
looking
we're
like a
only
big.
20 minutes in. We got plenty of time.
Oh heck yeah! All right, so again, McNeese defeated Clemson 69-67, a big upset. In my eyes, this was not an upset. I had McNeese winning this game, but you look at the scoreboard, 69-67. This game was not close. McNeese led 31-13 at half. Clemson only shooting 1 for 16 from the 3-point line. Atrocious.
That's crazy.
One of the worst half of basketball I have ever seen. That with Virginia last year in the first four when they only put up 13 points against Colorado State. So yeah, that's up there. Anyway, Clemson tried coming back, but they fell short. It was just too late. So, anyways, looking at the top performance for McNeese, they were led by Brandon Murray, who put up 21 points off the bench. Which is an impressive performance there from Murray. And also, Quadir Copeland had 16 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. And then my favorite player from McNeese, Christian Shoemate. He had 13 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 blocks as well. Christian Shoemate putting on a clinic against Clemson today. Meanwhile, the leaders for Clemson, Jaden Zachary had 24 points, including going 4 from 8 from the 3-point line, basically putting up stats in garbage time, really. And then Chase Hunter, he had 21 points. 9 of the 21 came for the free throw line as he went 9 for 10 from the free throw line. Interesting. And then Chauncey Wiggins had 10 points on the day for Clemson as well.
He's the guy who hit their first 3-pointer. When they were 1 for 16, that was the guy who made the 1-3.
Crazy stuff there. And then Victor Locken, he had 6 points and 10 rebounds. And then Ian Shefflin, a rough day. 1 point, 8 rebounds.
Rough day indeed.
1 point. 0 for 2 from the 3-point line. 0 for 2.
Julian,
0 for 4.
Put the nail in the coffin, Julian. Oh, he bricked it. Oh, but he got a rebound. Yay.
Yeah, and then you're good. Ian Shefflin, 0 for 4 from the field. His point only came from a free throw. So, yeah, basically the big storyline of this game was McNeese just out-rebounding Clemson. But, Dre, do you have any thoughts about this upset?
Other than the fact that they only won by 2, that surprised me. There really wasn't anything. I mean, Clemson just sucked, honestly. That's all I got.
Horrible. Yeah, they were horrible. I mean, McNeese just simply wanted more. And also, the McNeese manager pulling a 49ers and pulling up to the function with a boombox. You gotta love
that. Man, they have so much hype behind them. I could see them making a run to the Sweet 16. I could see them beating Purdue.
Yeah, especially how fraudulent Purdue is looking right now. Anything's possible in March. Especially Texas Tech right now. They're having some trouble with UNC Wilmington. That game, once that game ends, we'll give you the update on that. But anyways, McNeese just wanted more. They just out-rebounded Clemson and just outdid them in every category, every statistical category. Except that McNeese shot 21% from the 3-point line, and yet they still won.
I just turned on the volume on accident.
Interesting. So, yes, that was McNeese and Clemson. And now to my favorite of the day, Wisconsin. They take down Northwestern fans speaking over here. Makes sense. So, Wisconsin, they defeat Montana 85-66. A little worrisome at the beginning, but we eventually pulled away and eventually got the dub. Whoa. All right, so anyways, leading the Badgers was John Blackwell with 19 points and 5 rebounds. Also for the Badgers, Stephen Crowell had a good game today. He had 18 points with 4 rebounds. John Tante had 15 points, 4 rebounds. And then Nolan Winter had 10 points and 6 rebounds. Oh, yeah, and also Xavier Amos. What a day he had off the bench. He had 11 points for the Badgers. And meanwhile, for Montana, they were led by Tejan Sawyer and Kai Johnson, who had 15 points each. Joe Pridgen had 12 points. And then Montana's leading scorer, Money Williams, he struggled. He only had 8 points today. He was 0 for 3 from the three-point line and 2 for 8 from the field. So looking at this game, what did you see from Montana and Wisconsin?
Other than Montana just struggled, they struggled to cover the two big guys, Crowell and Winter, and Wisconsin just beat them there.
Yeah, that was the thing. I mean, I think Wisconsin kind of struggled a little bit because we kept like jacking up some threes, but then Greg Gard finally realized that we're killing them in the paint. We got the size advantage there, and we eventually got the dub. Good thing Greg Gard realized that. And Wisconsin, for the first time since 2022, is heading to the second round. It's been too long. It's been too long. It's been too long, bro. It's been too long.
To think that Northwestern has as many round one wins as Wisconsin in the past 4 years is kind of surprising to me.
Yeah, and the last time that Wisconsin made a Sweet 16 was 2017. So
that was after Frank Kaminsky, right?
Yeah, that was with the Bronson Koenig.
Okay, yeah.
Dude,
I didn't know he went to Aquinas until like when we played them that one time.
Yeah, that's crazy. So for y'all that's out of state in Wisconsin, Aquinas is a Catholic school in La Crosse, and we live in Southwest Wisconsin. And our sophomore year, we played them in the regionals, and let's just say it didn't go well.
Hey, I was our leading scorer. That's all as a sophomore.
And I got 2 points off the bench in the final minutes by getting offensive rebound off a free throw. So there's that. There is
Baller.
That. Yes.
My phone won't stay up.
So, anyways, but me looking at the Badgers, I mean, of course, I was expecting this result. I was expecting us to struggle against Montana to start, and then we eventually pulled away. I was expecting this. I mean, it's classic Wisconsin. It's what they do. I mean, they don't blow out teams in the NCAA tournament. They let the underdog hang around for a little bit, and then we just go away from them. And if we let them around too much, then that's where we have issues. Like actually, no, we didn't let James Madison hang around. They just killed us. No, we hung around against James Madison. Yeah, but anyway.
Was that last year?
Yeah.
What was 2 years ago? You guys didn't make the tournament 2 years ago, did you?
No, we played in NIT.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so Wisconsin takes the win over Montana there. And honestly, I'm satisfied with Wisconsin today. We got the win. That's all that matters. And so Wisconsin will be playing BYU next because BYU took down the 6-seeded Cougars, took down the 11-seed VCU 80-71. Leading the Cougars was Richie Saunders, who had 16 points in the day. Egor Demon had 15 points. Coming off the bench for BYU, Fuseni Traore. He had 13 points.
Traore?
Yeah, Traore. Fuseni Traore. He had 13 points and 9 rebounds coming off the bench for the BYU Cougars. And then for VCU, they were led by Jack Clark, Max Scholga, and Joe Bamasil, who all had 12 points. Oh, yeah. And their leading scorer today was Zeb Jackson, who had 23 points off the bench.
He was cooking that game. Also, Max Scholga, what is wrong with you?
For context, Max Scholga did not hit Trace Parlow.
Yeah. Oh, well. Oh, yeah, by the way, live reaction. Texas Tech is probably about to win, even though there's 5 minutes left because they just got a dunk and they're up by 9. and the Bulls won. Kobe White had 32 points in the second half. And the reason I'm wearing the DeMar DeRozan jersey as he hit 25,000 points tonight. So congratulations to DeMar. As UNC Wilmington just hit a 3 to bring it to a 6-point game. I liked DeMar on the Bulls, but I am super happy the Bulls ended up beating Zach LaVine and DeMar tonight, especially with Kevin Huerter going off and Trey Jones playing so good. I mean, if the Bulls can get a good pick and, get rid of a couple of their bad contracts they have, Josh Giddey, Kobe White, if Patrick Williams could step up his game a little bit, the Bulls could be somebody to look at for an 8 seed, but obviously they're going to be in the play-in every single year, so it doesn't even matter. Dang, he just got pinned off the backboard.
Yeah, as long as the Bulls continue to grow their young core, they should have a bright future for them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, meanwhile, back to VCU and BYU. What are your thoughts about this one?
BYU just played with better energy. Igor Demon was a 27% three-point shooter, and he hit 3. He was 3 for 4 in the entire game, I'm pretty sure. But then, Richie Saunders played pretty good. And other than that, other than the one guy that came off the bench for VCU, nobody was showing energy. I watched Max Shulga the entire game. He just looked like he didn't want to be there, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, of course. Shulga struggled mightily today. All of his field goal attempts were three-pointers.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He took 10 of them. Sure, he made 4, but he took 10. No mid-range jump shots at all. That's not his game.
And he missed both of his free throws.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not Shulga's game. Max Shulga did not play his game today, and because of that, VCU kind of suffered with that. But anyways, BYU and Wisconsin will be playing each other in the second round. Will be a tough battle for the Badgers, but hopefully we get the win. And for our next game here, I'm going to go get a prop. I'll be right back.
And as Michael takes his little break, Texas Tech is winning 69-62.
Yeah. Okay, so this next one, Houston did that.
BTA.
Did this to SIU Edwardsville today, 78-40. Oh boy. And I thought this game would be under. I thought this game would be a 64-42 type game. No, it's a 78-40. Hey, I was right with SIU Edwardsville around the 40 area, but I thought Houston would score in the 60s, not in the 70s.
All right, okay. Michael. I will be right back. You can continue.
All right, but okay, so meanwhile, Houston, so yeah, they defeated SIU Edwardsville 78-40. Leading the way for the Cougars was Milos Uzan, who had 16 points on the day. And also, LJ Cryer had 15 points as well, recording 4 assists as well. And then coming off the bench, Javier Francis had 13 points and 8 rebounds for the Cougars. And Terrence Arsenal had 10 points for Houston as well. Both teams are Cougars. I just realized that. For Houston. And meanwhile, for the other Cougars team in SIU Edwardsville, they were led by Brian Taylor II and Rayshawn Taylor with 10 points each. So Houston and SIU Edwardsville there. So once again, Houston manhandled SIU Edwardsville 78-40. We'll get with Dre's reaction when he comes back. Meanwhile, we're going to get to the other game that happened in Houston's side of the bracket. That one was Georgia and Gonzaga. And again, Gonzaga did that to Georgia as well, as Gonzaga jumped out to a 30-5 lead, or I guess 27-3 lead is what you want to say. That's why I kept it in my phone for future reference, I guess. So yeah, Gonzaga did that and they never looked back. They defeated Georgia 89-68. Leading the way for Gonzaga was Khalif Battle. He had 24 points and 8 rebounds on the day. Nolan Hickman and Brandon Huff each had 18 points each. Graham Ike had 13 points for Gonzaga. And then leading the way for Georgia was Asa Newell, who had 20 points. And then Silas Demery Jr. had 15 points for Georgia. And then Blue Kane had 10 points and 5 rebounds for Georgia. And then coming off the bench, Samto Cyril had 10 points for Georgia coming off the bench. So yeah, we'll get Trey's reaction with Georgia and Gonzaga once he comes back again on that side of the bracket. And then that was the end of the first half of the day. And then going on to the second half of the day, basically our second session of first round games. 2 seed Tennessee has defeated the 15 seed Wofford 77-62. Not exactly BTA material, but Tennessee controlled the game basically for the entire way. Tennessee was led by Chaz Lanier with 29 points, leading the way for the Vols. And also, Zakai Ziegler had 12 points and 12 assists, recording the double-double for the Vols. Looking pretty good. Oh, yeah, by the way, Chaz Lanier went 6 for 13 for the three-point line, including 11 for 22 from the field. And then leading the way for Wofford was Jackson Silvis, Jackson Sevils, excuse me. He had 15 points on the day. And then Corey Tripp had 14 points, and Justin Bailey had 10 points. So Dre is back.
I listened to all of that, by the way.
Nice. So since Dre back, so Dre, let me first get your reaction on SIU Edwardsville in Houston and how this BTA happened.
Other than LJ Cryer having all of his points in the first half, the game wasn't very eventful.
Yeah, I thought this would be your type of battle where it's gonna be slow-paced game, all defensive battle, but Houston brought offense to this, and because they brought offense to that, and that's the reason why that this game was a blowout. And then Dre, your take on Gonzaga and Georgia.
I saw they were up like 18-0 at one point. Or it was like 15-0. And
And
like
it also
obviously
15-5.
that is crazy. But yeah, Georgia obviously didn't come to play other than Asa Newell. I mean, Silas Demery was there, but he's only a freshman. He can only do so much. And you could say that about a bunch of teams. Like, oh, Duke gets carried by their freshmen. Well, yeah, it's because they're the top recruits. Silas Demery probably isn't one of the most sought after recruits. I mean, obviously, being a freshman and averaging a pretty good average, I would assume you're going to get respected, but like, he's not going to be able to do everything by himself.
Yeah, definitely agreed. And Gonzaga just played a flawless game. Like they came out with firepower. Their offense was electric. Their defense played well too. Something about this Gonzaga team. This Gonzaga team can play defense too. As we saw in the West Coast Conference Championship game against St. Mary's, beat them 59-51. They beat St. Mary's at their own game. It's
Yeah,
impressive.
slow and methodical.
Exactly. How about that?
I just
Gonzaga
want
is
to point out, sorry for cutting you off, but I just want to point out, I just saw a stat that one of the guys on Texas Tech has 26 points, and that is the most points without being taking a 2-point field goal. He's only taken 3-pointers. He's 8 for 17 from three with 2 free throws.
Jack Colkey.
Yeah,
Similarities?
literally.
Literally.
But he's the African American heritage. Kerwin Williams is his name.
Gotcha. Interesting fact there. All right, and I also talked about Wofford in Tennessee. Dre, your take on this one?
I mean, other than Zakai Ziegler having a double-double, 12 points, 12 rebounds, and Chaz Lanier going absolutely ballistic. And then obviously you have Wolford. They kept it close, but I just find it funny that their center does their granny style free throws.
Yeah, I saw that in the SoCon championship game against Furman. I was thinking, I hope this team makes the NCAA tournament so we can see this. And we saw it. So that's something you could cross off the bucket list. All right, and then the game right after that was UCLA and Utah State. I'm just thinking to myself, people really picked Utah State to beat UCLA because UCLA, they did that to Utah State tonight. 72 to 47 was.
We're on triple double watch. Sorry, but we're on triple double watch for E. Hawkins on Texas Tech.
Elijah.
That is Elijah Hawkins.
Elijah Hawkins.
I couldn't confirm, but yeah, yes, 11 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists.
Thanks for the update, Dre. And of course, going back to our topic, so yeah, UCLA brought the belts to defeat Utah State 72 to 47. Leading the way for UCLA, Sky Clark and Eric Daly Jr. each had 14 points on the night. And then coming off the bench, Ade Mara. That name gives me nightmares. Okay, but we got revenge on them in the Big Ten tournament, so it really doesn't matter anymore. He recorded 10 points coming off the bench and also had 6 rebounds for the UCLA Bruins. And then for Utah State, they were led by Mason Falsiv, who had 17 points and 10 rebounds, recording a double-double there. Dayton Albury had 12 points and 7 rebounds for Utah State. And then Ian Martinez, he struggled. 2 points on 1 for 11 shooting, 0 for 7 for the 3-point line.
That is the stats you want to see.
Oh, boy. That was rough. So, Dre, your take on this one.
I didn't expect Utah State to compete. UCLA is much better than how they played against Wisconsin, and I'll stand by that.
Yeah, I'm saying this right now. I think that the UCLA, how they played against Wisconsin, like that game is like the Wisconsin, how they lost to Penn State. Like, I knew UCLA was coming out to play, and I was just baffled to think that people are actually thinking that Utah State can win this game. And I'm like, you're crazy. UCLA, and they think, oh, they can't defend the 3-point line. Ian Martinez, Utah State's best player, 0 for 7 for the 3-point line. UCLA can't defend the 3, hey? But, yeah, UCLA can't defend the 3, hey? Well, yeah, and here's the thing. People tend to forget after Wisconsin completely embarrassed them in the Big Ten title game, UCLA has a really good defense. And I was just baffled to think that people are calling UCLA's 3-point defense weak. UCLA has one of the best defenses, not only in the Big Ten, but in the country. UCLA was really disrespected, and they showed it. They were angry tonight. And, yeah, UCLA got the win, and I think it will be a very competitive defensive battle against Tennessee. Except Tennessee does like to score, though, too. But UCLA can, too. I mean, they put up 85 points against us.
Oh.
All right, so
Michael, look.
We have Diddy Cam. Let's give a round of applause for Diddy.
Not the actual Diddy. Do not give him a round of applause.
No. Just Allie. That's what we call. It's just what we call.
Whatever. Michael, we might have to pick it up. Look at how much time we're at.
All right. Yeah, so let's go. We're gonna just speed through these. So Texas A&M defeated Yale 80 to 71 today. Leading the way for Texas A&M was
Wade
Pharrell.
Taylor. Oh.
Wade Taylor had 16 points in the day, but the leading scorer coming off the bench, Farrell Payne, had 25 points and 10 rebounds off the bench. How about these bench players? That's a stat line. And then Jace Carter had 10 points as well. And Zurich Phelps came off the bench today, which is interesting. He only had 5 points today for the Aggies. Meanwhile, leading the way for Yale was Nick Townsend with 15 points. And the leading scorer for Yale was John Polakidas, who had 23 points. Casey Simmons had 11 points as well. And coming off the bench for Yale was Isaac Seliskar with 12 points. So, Dre, your thoughts on this one?
It was a close game. Yale put up a good fight. I watched that game. They fell back. They came back. It was like a 5 point game, and then I think Texas A&M hit like two straight threes, and they just couldn't fight back after that.
Yeah, I was hoping for Yale. I picked Yale to win that one, but Texas A&M brought their offense today. So, yep, it is what it is. And next, another game I was disappointed on. UC San Diego falls short to Michigan 65-68. Oh, I wanted UC San Diego to win this one. I had in my Sweet 16. UC San Diego just got out to us. They did not start the game well, and that reason why is probably why they lost this game. They didn't come off their strong start. Leading the way for Michigan was Vladislav Golden, who had 14 points and 7 rebounds. Trey Donaldson had 12 points and 7 rebounds. Roddy Gale Jr. had 11 points off the bench for the Wolverines. And Danny Wolf had 9 points and 11 rebounds. Meanwhile, for UC San Diego, they were led by Tyler McGee, or McGuy. He had 25 points and 9 rebounds. Also, Norden Kapich had 15 points and 8 rebounds. Hayden Gray had 10 points. And Anawanawa St. Jones had 7 points today. He struggled. Did not attempt a single three-pointer, but he went 3 for 5 in the field. Yeah.
It's because he had 4 fouls really early in the second half.
That's the thing. He was dealing with foul trouble all night long. So more thoughts about this game.
Other than, UC San Diego could have won that. It just sucks because they fought back all the way and then just fell short.
Yeah, I agree. And those 10, those are the ones that sting the most. The ones that just right there.
You could have won.
Yeah. I feel for the Tritons, but this is their first time ever being in the NCAA tournament. So props to them. They got a bright future under their coach, and hopefully get some more D2 transfers. That'd be great as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then continue the speed diving. So 10 seed Arkansas defeated 7 seed Kansas 79-72. Leading the way for Arkansas was Jonas Adu, the Tennessee transfer. He had 22 points on the night. John L. Davis had 18 points, continuing his great play in March, as he was previously with Florida Atlantic the previous 2 seasons, including being on that team in the Final Four run.
Yeah, DJ Wagner, who lost to Northwestern last year. Sorry.
Florida Atlantic. Yeah. DJ Wagner had 14 points for the Razorbacks. And Trevon Brazel had 11 points as well. And for Kansas, they were led by Zeke Mayo with 18 points. KJ Adams Jr. had 13 points. Coming off the bench was AJ Storr, the former Wisconsin Badger, putting up 15 points. And then Hunter Dickinson had 11 points, but he struggled tonight. 4 for 13 from the field, 1 for 4 from the three-point line. So your thoughts on this one?
I'm glad that Arkansas won. That's all I care about. I don't like Kansas.
John Calaberry prevails.
Oh, even that's right. He's the old coach from Kentucky.
Yep.
Dang.
Yep. Coach Cal prevails on his new team in his first game in the NCAA tournament with Arkansas. All right, and then meanwhile, moving on, St. John's. They did that to Omaha. It not look
close. It was close.
In the second half, I should say, they did that in the second half. Because the first half, it was close. St. John's was up 33-28 after the half, but then St. John's outscored them 50-25 in the second half.
Dang.
Hoofda. But anyway, St. John's won 83-53. The Johnnies were led by R.J. Lewis Jr., who had 22 points and 8 rebounds. Simeon Wilcher had 13 points for the Red Storm. Kadari Richmond and Zubi Ejiofor each had 10 points. Richmond had 8 rebounds, and Ejiofor had 7 rebounds. And then for Omaha, they will not be kicking trash cans tonight, sadly, but they were led by J.J. White, who had 15 points. And then also Markel Sutton had 11 points for the Mavericks as well. So, Dre, your thoughts on this one?
I mean, other than it was close in the first half, I like R.J. Lewis. He'll be a great addition to the NBA next year. But yeah, I mean, I have St. John's making it to the finals and probably winning, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think St. John's will definitely have a great chance at making a deep run in the NCAA tournament. They have the defense to do it. They got some offense under the belt as well. They could definitely make it there. All right, moving on. We have another upset here. 11 seeded Drake defeated 6 seeded Missouri 67 to 57. This is not an upset in my eyes. I saw this coming. But anyways, leading the way for Drake was who else than Bennett Sturts. 21 points on the day, 8 for 11 shooting, 3 for 3 for the 3-point line. Impressive night for Bennett Sturts. And then coming off the bench for Drake was Tavon Banks. He had 15 points for the Bulldogs tonight. And then for Missouri, they were led by Caleb Grill, who had 14 points. Tamar Bates had 10 points for the Tigers as well. Dre, your thoughts on this upset?
Um, when your best player, Mark Mitchell, doesn't even put up double digits, you're not going to win. And Drake is a phenomenal team. They're just a mid-major. That's why they didn't get a higher seed.
Yeah, agreed. And Drake, they just played their style of basketball. They slowed the tempo down. They limited possessions from Missouri and only allowed Missouri to score 57 points, which is not Missouri-like. So Drake definitely controlled that game. And now we just have a final alert. This is the final college basketball game we'll be covering. Texas Tech just took down UNC Wilmington. It's set 82 to 72. As looking at the stats for Texas Tech, they were led by Kerwin Walton. That was the guy you were talking about earlier. He had 27 points and was 8 for 19 from the 3-point line. Did not attempt a single 2-pointer, like you said earlier. And then Elijah Hawkins had 14 points, at 10 assists, and 9 rebounds. He was an assist shy of the triple-double tonight. Darian Williams had 13 points and 9 rebounds for the Red Raiders. And JT Toppin, 12 points, might be not the greatest night for him, but he did also put up 11 rebounds in a double-double night. And then meanwhile, leading the way for UNC Wilmington was Nolan Hodge, who had 18 points off the bench and 7 rebounds as well. And Bo Montgomery had 10 points for the Seahawks. So, Dre, your thoughts on UNC Wilmington and Texas Tech?
I mean, Texas Tech, they were favored to win this one either way. But UNC Wilmington made it a game. I mean, for a while there, it was pretty damn close. But then Texas Tech just, in the end, took over.
Yeah, that was a close game for the entirety, but Texas Tech just found ways to win, and that's huge in March. All right, that's enough talk of the March Madness. Very quickly, we're going to go through both the NBA and NHL. But first, we're going to start with the NBA. The Hornets defeated the Knicks tonight. Oh boy, we have madness in both college and NBA tonight. Boy, we've got upsets in both leagues. How about that? The Hornets won 115 to 98, so they won pretty handily too. Mark Williams, 19 points, 14 rebounds, 3 blocks. That's a stat line.
Mm-hmm.
And then Karl Anthony Towns led the Knicks with 24 points and 10 rebounds. And then the Pacers survived the Nets in overtime, 105 to 99. Benedict Mathurin, wow, what a night he had. 28 points and 16 rebounds in a double-double effort. Meanwhile, the Nets were led by Zaire Williams with 22 points. The Warriors defeated the Raptors 117 to 114.
Ooh, wow. For the amount of injuries the Raptors have, it's a good game.
Yeah, they played well. Jimmy Butler led the Warriors with 16 points, 11 rebounds, and 12 assists. A triple-double.
No! Sorry, I just knocked my phone over. I was gonna put him for a triple double on a parlay just for fun, and of course, guess what? He gets a triple double. Man, oh come on! And now my phone keeps falling over. You know what? Whatever. There we go.
Yeah, so
Man,
Jimmy
but hey, whatever.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler did that tonight. And Scotty Barnes led the Raptors with 29 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. 4 assists shy of a triple-double. And then your Chicago Bulls defeats the Kings 128 to 116. Nikola Vucevic, 24 points, 14 rebounds, and 8 assists. 2 assists shy of a triple-double. And once again, the Kings were led by Malik Monk, who had 34 points. Coming out party from Malik Monk.
Boy, hold on. Who was the leading scorer for the Chicago Bulls?
Nikola Vucevic.
No,
Wait.
he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Oh, wait. It just says the biggest performer. The leading scorer was Kobe White with 35 points.
Oh yeah. That's crazy. And who had 31 points in the second half? Kobe White. So yeah, Malik Monk, go home and go get another technical foul and keep giving Kobe White free points.
Jeez.
What is going on with my background?
You put the fireworks.
Yeah, because the Bulls won. Yes, sir. That's awesome.
Awesome.
No way.
Yeah, that's awesome stuff there. Also, a former King got his revenge tonight. That was Kevin Huerter. He scored 25 points against his former team as well. That's a notable storyline there.
How many assists did Trey Jones have? Tell me and make sure that he hit my parlay.
7.
Yes!
Jones said 7.
I think that was right. Whatever. I will see after this.
Alrighty. And then the Milwaukee Bucks. We finally won a basketball game again. And the Bucks. That was not good. There we go. They defeated the Lakers 118 to 89. Giannis Antetokounmpo led the way with 28 points and 7 rebounds. And the Lakers.
I think his line was 27.5. I don't know for sure. Today might have been a crazy day for parlays. We'll see, though. I'm not for sure. How many points did Dalton Connect have?
Dalton Connect had. Oh, he started tonight. He had 17.
How many rebounds and assists did he have?
4 rebounds, 3 assists.
Okay, we're fine. We're fine.
And then I think the Lakers have a growing concern because their leading scorer, other than Dalton Connect, was Bronny James. He had 17 points.
What?
Bronny James, 17 points off the bench. 7 for 10.
Crazy.
7 for 10 for the field, 2 for 4 for the 3-point line. How about that? Bronny James' best game of his career. But you know what? Good
Losing
for Bronny
by
James.
30.
You know what? Good for Bronny James having 17 points tonight, even though it was a blowout loss. But anyways, I just want to check how many minutes did he play. Bronny James played 30 minutes of basketball tonight.
Dang. He probably played like the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah. Definitely. And then that's the NBA. Do you have any more reactions on the NBA day?
Nope, that's it.
All right, and then very, very quickly, we're gonna go past an hour, but that's okay. It's madness. A lot of March Madness going on. Um, so very quickly, we're gonna skim through the NHL action. So the Avalanche defeated the Senators 5-1. I wouldn't call that BTA necessarily, but they won. Brock Nelson, 2 goals on the day, and Cale Makar, he had a goal and assist for the Avalanche tonight. And then Anton Forsberg was basically the leader for the Senators today. He had 18 saves despite giving up 5. Wait a minute. Oh, I see. Anton Forsberg had 18 saves on the day in relief for Linus Allmark. Linus Allmark struggled tonight. He only had 9 saves and allowed 4 goals in 13 saves.
Dang. That is
That is
horrible. That's like barely over 50%.
Yeah, that is a rough night for Linus Allmark. Oh boy, let me say that. But anyways, moving on. The Flames defeated the Devils 5-3. Jonathan Huberdeau had a goal and assist tonight. I see that look.
Oh, man. You know what? I was thinking about putting a parlay on Nathan McKinnon to get a goal and to Huberdeau to get 2 shots. Did Huberdeau have 2 shots or did he only have 1 because of his goal?
Let's take a look. Jonathan Huberdeau had 2 shots.
Oh, man. And when we get to the Avalanche, McKinnon had a goal. He was the first one. Or wait, no, we already went through the Avalanche, right?
Yeah, McKinnon had a goal.
Yeah, McKinnon had a goal. Oh, whatever.
Yeah. Anyways, Dustin Wolf had 26 saves on the night, allowing 3 goals for the Flames. And then leading the way for the Devils was Nico Hischier. He had a goal and assist for the Devils. And then the Maple Leafs defeated the Rangers 4-3. John Tavares had a vintage night for the Maple Leafs. He had 2 goals and assists. Also for the Maple Leafs, Jake McCabe had 3 assists. And then Bobby McMahon had a goal and assist for the Maple Leafs. The Capitals defeated the Flyers 3-2. Charlie Lindgren was leading the Capitals tonight. He had 27 saves, only allowing 2 goals for the Capitals. And then also leading the way for the Capitals in the scoring categories was Brandon Duhame had a goal. And then Anthony Beauvillier had 2 assists for the Capitals. The Panthers defeated the Blue Jackets 1-0 in overtime. The Panthers were led by Sergei Bobrovsky, who had 25 saves in a shutout performance. And then meanwhile, leading for the Blue Jackets was Elvis Merzlikins, who had a pretty good night. He had 27 saves, only allowing that 1 overtime goal. And then Alexander Barkov scored the game-winning goal, having the game's only goal for the night. The Islanders defeated the Canadiens 4-3 in overtime. The Islanders were led by Bo Horvat, who had 2 goals tonight. And the Islanders also, Ilya Sorokin had 38 saves for tonight. And then leading the way for the Canadiens was Patrick Lane with a goal and assist. The Blues defeated the Canucks in overtime 4-3. Leading the way for the Blues was Tyler Tucker with a goal and assist. And then Philip Broberg, sorry for the pronunciation. Philip Broberg had a goal tonight. And then Brock Boeser for the Canucks had 2 goals tonight. And then meanwhile, the Ducks defeated the Predators 4-1. They were led by John Gibson, who had 33 saves tonight. And then Trevor Zegras had a goal and assist for the Ducks tonight. And then having 2 assists for the Ducks tonight was Mason McTavish. And then the Lightning defeated the Stars 3-2 in a shootout. The Lightning were led by Brandon Hagel with a goal and assists. And then leading the way for the Stars was Casey DeSmith, not Jake Ottinger. Ottinger had a night off. DeSmith had 36 saves tonight. And then Anthony Cirelli recorded a goal and assist. And then the Kings defeated the Blackhawks 3-1. Sorry, Dre.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Connor Bedard had a goal. I saw that. That's all that matters.
Yeah, Bedard did lead the Blackhawks with scoring the only goal on the night. Meanwhile, the Kings were led by Alex Turcotte, who had a goal. And then also, Trevor Moore also scored a goal for the Kings. And then the Jets beat the Oilers in overtime 4-3. Jeff Skinner had 2 goals for the Oilers. Kyle Connor led the Jets, scoring a goal. And then Josh Morrissey, he had a goal and assist for the Jets. And then the Utah Hockey Club defeated the Buffalo Sabres 5-2. Leading the way for the Utah Hockey Club was Mikhail Sergachev, having 2 goals on the night. And then leading the way for the Sabres was Ryan McLeod and JJ Peterka, who each scored goals tonight for the Sabres. And then the Golden Knights defeated the Bruins 5-1. The Golden Knights, they were led by Pavel Dorofeyev, who had 3 goals for a hat trick for the Golden Knights tonight. So Pavel Dorofeyev recording a hat trick tonight. And then the Bruins were led by Morgan Geekie, who scored the Bruins' only goal tonight. And then this game just recently ended. The Hurricanes defeated the Sharks 3-1. The Hurricanes were led by Sebastian Aho and Seth Jarvis and Sean Walker, who each scored a goal. And then the Sharks were led by William Eklund, who scored a goal for the Sharks. So that's the NHL action for tonight. So, Dre, do you have anything about the NHL?
I do not. I think we ended off on a good note there.
Gotcha. And that's it for the NHL action tonight. So sadly, we don't have enough time for today's picks, but that will do it for today's episode of MD After Dark. Sorry, this is a little bit longer than usual. A lot of March Madness action and a lot of reacting to Bulls games as well. That will do it for today. I'm Michael Hernan here with Jerry Tainter saying goodbye for another episode of this podcast, and we will see you in the next one. Peace out.